And he's only going to have an opportunity to say one thing to me as he's biking by me pretty quickly. And all he says is, "Oh, hey, Thor." And I'm like, "Oh, hey." And all he says is, "I have a terrible football team." He's already going to have a chance to respond to him. And I'm like, yep. Coffee. Hello, and welcome to Gridiron Thunder with me, Thor, and Kevin. Welcome to week 3, hey dog.
Week 3, I think this is our 5th or 6th episode. I'm purposely misnumbering our videos just because it's like funny, because I'm trying to pretend like we're on episode 100 and
I love
stuff like that.
Welcome to episode 232. We're starting to get into the flow of it.
Yeah, man. Quite a dramatic weekend. But before we get into it, how was your football watching experience? How did things go for you?
First week, I had a kind of like a mini party at my house. Had some friends over. We were talking fantasy football the whole time. We were making jokes the entire time. You know, somebody would have a bad play, like Jamar Chase wasn't doing too well, and we were just whispering in each other's ear, like, "Just drop Jamar Chase, man. Just drop him. It's fine. It's fine. Trade him now." Just doing dumb stuff like that. But this week, unfortunately, the house needed some cleanings, some vacuuming. So I have my big TV, and it's kind of on a swivel. And I just had Red Zone on. I had the games I wanted to watch on, but that was cleaning the whole time. It was productive, but not peak football watching. Not me just on the couch with a beer in my hand watching football. That's
to speak. It's rare though.
What about you?
It's rare these days. Well, I had technical difficulties, so unfortunately I missed a lot of games. I was trying to watch it. A lot of the games I wanted to watch were early, and that's when I was having the most technical difficulties.
Ooh.
And I was like, somebody help me. It's an emergency.
Gotta get that streamy. I mean, I don't know what I'm saying. Never mind. Don't look it up.
Plead the 5th. I can add.
Gotta sail the 7 seas. They keep making it harder. They keep making you download every single app. And hey, it's on Netflix this week. Hey, it's on YouTube this week. Hey, it's on Peacock this week. Hey, Fox. Fox is the one thing that I struggle with getting because nobody I know has cable anymore. And I could go on and on. I don't want to spend time on that.
Sponsored by YouTube TV, where you could have everything right here on YouTube. YouTube TV, honestly, just an honest plug. It's not bad. It's just you pay for so many.
Giving them a plug,
but you pay for so many channels that you don't care about.
Yeah,
it's like they should really. They remember. I know. That's the weird part about it. So I like it for like World Cup or whatever, but like just to have it. Where are we at?
Yep. All right. Week 3. So basically, when we're at this point in the season, you got to start looking at teams who are building foundations. You know, you're looking at the teams who are stacking wins, especially when they shouldn't be. Like the media decides, like, oh, this team should be bad. Colts looking at you, but they keep stacking wins. Or to use a term that I know from former NFL.com writer and Power Rankings legend, Dan Hansis, a cornered animal. And a cornered animal, that term in a football sense, are these teams who have gone 0-2 and they're that cornered animal. They're dangerous because they're in that desperate mode already. If a team goes 0-3, their percentages to make the playoffs are abysmal. We're talking like 10% and less. It's already bad being 0-2 for 0-2 teams to make the playoffs, but if you're 0-3, it goes way, way down.
What's the actual? Do you have the actual numbers? Like, why? How much of a certainty, percentage-wise, is that if you have 0-3 next week? I'm looking at you, Dolphins. That's what I'm asking, because I cannot believe you did it to me twice. Twice.
Like, they've lost twice?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. It was worse than I thought. It's a 2.5% chance.
2.5.
That's why they're cornered animals.
Now, what's the parlay? No, I'm just kidding.
So 0-2 teams, they're in that 8.6 to 12% chance. So it's bad already. But it's not, crazy. Give them that 1 out of 10 chance. But if you drop to 0-3, it's over.
It's over. 2.5% chance is like nothing.
It's rough.
That's crazy.
It is rough. Yeah.
So the Browns, the Dolphins.
Yeah, we're looking at the standings. I think we should just probably start the agenda for today. We're going to talk about the top newsworthy games from last week, and then we're going to look at the week 3 games that we want to watch. We're going to go through survivor picks, and then the Gridiron Thunder, super fast, super parlay. So yeah, we can start going through it. Want to just dive into the games that happened?
I think we should start with the O2 teams. We should start with
Okay, all
how
right. The
screwed they are
cornered
because we're
animals.
already talking about it.
I think the most important 0-2 team when we're looking through the standings, it's never good. There are some teams that you expect to be there. There are some teams you don't expect to be there. I think the most important one is the Kansas City Chiefs. The Eagles beat the Chiefs. The Eagles offense did just enough. While KC is definitely feeling that slump for the first time,
Called it.
I've been on
I will
this.
say we called it.
Yeah, before the season, I was saying I think this is, their season to feel a Super Bowl slump. They didn't feel it, but when you play more football than every other team for 3 years straight, it adds up.
You literally called it just like that preseason era.
I'll take credit.
And no, literally. And I was like, wow, this is a really interesting prediction
Mm-hmm.
because I bet a lot of people are betting on them for another Super Bowl run, all that type of stuff.
They were getting comfy with the Chiefs, which I don't blame you at all for getting comfy with the Chiefs. But when you just look at their roster, it's just not as strong as it was. And when you're missing your top offensive weapon and your next top offensive weapon gets hurt in the first game, it doesn't matter how good your defense is, which I still do think their defense is good. So what I wanted to talk about, I have a cousin who is a huge Swiftie. Like, she's a legit Swiftie.
remember.
I saw her actually earlier today, and I went up to her. I said, I'm going to be talking about the Chiefs. I just want to talk to you about something because ever since Travis Kelce got engaged to Taylor Swift, they are winless. Not only are they winless since Travis got engaged, Travis ran the wrong route and he ran into Xavier Worthy, that wide receiver who was their next top weapon, and injured Xavier Worthy. He admitted he ran the wrong route. So that leads them to have no offensive weapons, which leads them to being 0-2 right now. They are playing the Giants this week. The Giants are not that good of a team. They had an excellent game against Dallas. We'll talk about that in a little bit. I mean, there's a chance if New York plays like they did last week, which again, they played great and a great game against Dallas. I've seen it online a lot. New York has the chance to do the funniest thing possible. And if they go to 0-3, we got to start talking about the Taylor curse.
Do we?
No.
Can it not just be that Thor predicted this for plain old football analytical reasons? And why is the world always compelled to blame a woman
Ooh, all right,
for all of their problems? That's all I'm saying. I read a lot of history books. You know me, Thor, and I see this over and over again.
It was Helena's fault at Troy.
Salem.
I got you. I knew where you were going.
Hypatia. How about
Hypatia?
Yeah, I know. Always. I'm over and over. I know. All I'm saying, leave Tay alone. Leave Brittany alone. I think they're a tired old man Absolutely team because Travis Kelce's also an old man now, guys. That's why he's getting married. He's ready to have some kids.
Yeah,
and drink some beer and chill out with his superstar wife. He's not trying to play football no more, guys. I'm sorry. This is just the end of a career. That's what it looks like.
I was giving her a hard time. She's a new football fan, obviously, like all Swifties are. She has only ever known complete success where her team's going to the Super Bowl, if not winning it. And she was broken. I mean, it was so crazy to watch. She was like, I don't know what's going on with this team. I don't know. They need to get it together. And I had to calm her down. I'm like, do you realize this is like how Jets fans have felt forever?
Welcome.
She was
this is a beautiful moment. This is a beautiful moment for football because this is like welcoming a whole new generation to like real football. It's like, welcome.
Yeah, this is it. So yeah, we'll get to our predictions for next week. The Chiefs are definitely a cornered animal. When we're looking at the other cornered animals, speaking of the Giants, they are also a cornered animal. However, they were one of those teams that was kind of expected to be there. The Cleveland Browns, for example, also owned to the Jets. I mean, Jets were a little spicy in week 1. People were kind of expecting an Aaron Glenn bump. Justin Fields was supposed to be looking, okay, and he did in week 1, but now he's hurt, which we can get into that more later. Titans are bad. I said that. Bears are bad, man.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Can I tell you that I was this close to picking the Bears as my survivor pick?
No.
Because just like how you were a Joe Burrow believer, and I was like, oh, this might not go well, and he just got hurt, which we'll get there. But I was a Caleb Williams believer.
I still believe in him. Yeah. Yeah.
Do we? I know they weren't expected to win this game, but Jesus Christ.
It was bad. Yeah, it was bad. Let's run through the other cornered animals, and then we'll dive into the games that mattered from week 2. Because we'll talk about it. We keep saying we'll talk about it. And then the Saints and the Panthers. Nobody is surprised that they're 0-2. The NFC West, aka the NFC best, if I do say so myself. 3 out of the 4 teams are 2-0, and the Hawks are in the bottom of the division with 1 win. And yeah, Jets and Dolphins. The collapse came earlier than expected for the Dolphins. So yeah, the cornered animals. They're fighting literally for their life.
Or one day closer to death, as the Dolphins manager would say.
Mike, why is it a good day? Or one day closer to death. Speaking of that, did you hear about his soundbite from this week after they lost?
I saw like really funny memes, I'll put it that way, but no, I didn't see a soundbite.
I mean, yeah, that's kind of what he's becoming. So basically they asked him about the game and how he feels about the loss, and he just was disheveled, and he just was talking like, well, to win games, you need to go out there and you need to win them, and you can't lose the game. So, I was listening to some analysts on Monday morning, and they were playing that clip, and during the clip, they couldn't help themselves. They were just like, oh my God, no. Definitely vibes of a dead man walking. That's for sure.
Oh my God, dude. I feel like we've all been there.
Yeah,
we're opening shift at some restaurant. Opening manager just walks in dead-eyed. Yeah. He's been up since 3 a.m. the night before.
My first job was washing dishes, and it's like, to wash dishes, you got to wash them. You can't just not wash them. All right, let's talk about the games that mattered. I touched on it briefly, but the Eagles did beat the Chiefs in the Super Bowl rematch. Honestly, neither offense really looked that good. Kansas City did continue to shut down the run, which was very, very
City's
important.
Old news. That's the news
Kansas
here,
City's
fella.
old news.
They're old news now. Taylor Swift be damned. She's like the marketing dollars behind them still being relevant once they lose their 3rd game next week. That's what I'm saying.
All right. Preview of a bold prediction.
Not that bold.
Pretty bold. So when you look at the stat leaders of this game, nothing's going to stick out. Saquon didn't even hit 100 yards. Patrick Mahomes was the leader for passing. Travis Kelce was the leader for receiving. That's an issue. When the other receivers on the field were A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith from the Eagles, the Eagles passing offense is an issue. I think the loss of Kellen Moore, their offensive coordinator, is a bigger deal than a lot of people thought. He's now the head coach of the New Orleans Saints, and maybe he was a reason that A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith were being so beneficial in the passing game for that offense.
Well, the Saints are a cornered animal right now, I would like to remind, so maybe not. Just as a counterpoint. A.J.
Brown and Devonta Smith are not on the Saints. Shout out to Chris Olave and Rashid Shaheed. You guys are cool, but you're not them. There's a viral clip going around from Chris Jones, who was trying to talk trash to Jalen Hurts at the end of the game, where they're in victory formation, the Eagles. And Chris Jones, all-pro defensive tackle for the Chiefs, he's like, you don't even have 100 yards, man. And Jalen Hurts is like, shut the fuck up, or we won.
I did see that.
It's my favorite trash talk ever when you're just up and somebody's trying to trash talk you. All you have to say, scoreboard. Scoreboard. I mean, that's all you have to say. Definitely trying to cope, trying to get some kind of moral victory from the Chiefs side, which again is not good. The vibes are a little bit off.
It's just a nervous tick. It's a nervous tick when they're like banging their heads all day. They just
Yeah.
start talking mad shit.
Yeah, I mean, you got to do it.
It helps them. It helps you calm down. You
Yeah, some of them are really, really good. As a Rams fan, I got to say Jalen Ramsey was one of the best ever, and I still love Jalen Ramsey.
I
One of my
really
favorite players
wish
to
they
watch on
just let.
defense.
I really wish they just let them fight. Let them fight. Let it happen. Like hockey, a real sport.
Hockey is so weird. I got into hockey
Hockey's
because of the
amazing.
Golden Knights
Yeah, me
in
too.
Vegas. Go Knights.
Go now.
But then I started looking into the rules, and it really just boils down to fighting is legal, but sometimes not.
But sometimes not. Well, sometimes it's too heated. Sometimes it's too out of pocket, and you're like, no. We're not going to fight over this. But then other times it's like, yeah, you should fight. That was bad. You should fight about it.
It's so weird. Yeah, it's interesting. The Eagles have the number one game this upcoming week again, but yeah, kind of some weird vibes in Kansas City. People are getting frustrated. We'll see.
Listen, Kansas needs to just like stop sticking to the same old thing. They're old, tired dudes at this point. They have to start
Kansas
doing
City is
mixed-up
actually from
formations.
Missouri. I just want to point that out.
What? What are you talking about? What did I say? Did I say the wrong state?
You just called them Kansas. No, for those who don't know, Kansas City, literally the state line runs through the middle of Kansas City, Missouri, and Kansas.
I know. My brother went there once, and it confused me where he actually was. I was like,
That's
what are
confusing.
you talking about?
It's very confusing. There's a Kansas City, Missouri. There's a Kansas City, Kansas.
I was like, bring me back a t-shirt.
Just move the state line. How hard is it? That's what I say.
Seriously.
I provide solutions. It's up to them if they want to take it. So the next game I want to talk about is definitely the overtime thriller with your Cowboys. No. It was fun. It was a fun game. Basically, it was pretty stagnant all game until the fourth quarter when the Cowboys and Giants just started going back and back. Score fest in the fourth quarter. Every single score was quick. It was happening. It was entertainment. It was peak red zone.
It was slop.
Witching hour.
It was
entertainment.
Pure slop. That's why people like it. People, it's like what I said last time. People like it when it's like bad. People love sloppy, crazy, like flying kicks. Like they like bad fighting. Like when they say a fight's boring, that just means it's a very professional fight. When an NFL game is boring, that means it's very professional. It's tight. There's not a lot of mistakes happening.
Mm-hmm.
The Cowboys Giants was just a ton of mistakes. So people were like, yeah, like it was just really sloppy play.
Points go up. Stats go up.
Sloppy defense.
I love it.
Sloppy.
I mean, yeah, it was sloppy
and sloppy
defense.
play, but it was mainly sloppy play calling. Like it was just completely the wrong formations on both sides. Like they were both guilty of it. It was just again a sloppy
on the
game.
defensive side. Yeah, on the defensive side, the offenses were going crazy.
Well, they were taking advantage.
Looks good. Yeah. Speaking of that, you gotta shout out to Russell Wilson. Literally, arguably the best game of his entire career, and he's been playing for a while. He was looking like 2013 Russell Wilson, to put that in perspective. It's 12 years since then. He threw for 450 passing yards.
Okay, but again,
450.
Okay, right, good. Hooray for Russell Wilson.
Hooray
this
indeed,
is the only good game you're going to have like all year because you played the Cowboys, which are not a real team.
They're a real team.
Micah Parsons is on the Packers, winning again, twice.
Honestly, the Cowboys' defensive line doesn't look too bad.
How many times did they get scored on in that game by Russell Wilson looking like a 13-year-old or whatever the heck you said?
Whoa. 2013, when the Seahawks had the Legion of Boom and they were winning Super Bowls. But yes, on the defensive side, there were 20 seconds left. 20 seconds left. The Giants need a touchdown. Russell Wilson, the best thing that he does is throw moon balls, deep balls. And how do you let Malik Neighbors, their number one offensive threat, get behind you on a 40-yard touchdown with 20 seconds left to put them ahead? I loved it. I went online. Everybody was like making fun of the Cowboys. Oh, Cowboys suck. But there was 20 seconds left. The Cowboys are able to get a couple plays, get into 60-yard field goal territory for Brandon Aubrey, arguably the best kicker in the league, especially if you want to talk about long field goal kicker, drills it with 0 seconds left on the clock, sends him to overtime. The Giants and Cowboys go back and forth, 3-and-outs, and then there's a turnover from the Giants, gives the Cowboys the ball where they're able to march down the field, burn the clock, and then Brandon Aubrey is able to kick a field goal with time running out in overtime to win the game. He is the first kicker ever to make a kick with time running out in regulation and in overtime. Crazy.
All I'm going to say is incredibly, they were just too comfortable with these teams. These two teams are too comfortable with each other. The defensive play calling was...
They hate each other.
They're comfy. They're comfy. When you hate a team, you just get really comfy with them.
And I gotta say, like, on the flip side of it, Russell Wilson is going to steal all of the headlines because he threw for 450 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Dak Prescott looked good too. He threw for nearly 400 yards, 2 touchdowns and an interception. CeeDee Lamb went over 100 yards again.
A, it's the Giants. It's not impressive. B,
that's true.
The Giants are also throwing that again. Okay, listen, this is going to be Russell Wilson's only great game all year, right? And they're going to be like, what happened, Russell? It's so amazing. And then one thing no one's going to pay attention to is that everybody who plays the Cowboy this year is going to have their best game they've ever had in their fucking life. They're going to be like, wow.
The Eagles didn't look this good.
The Eagles were fine.
They were fine. That's what I'm saying. They weren't the Giants.
Again.
I think it's because it's a divisional game. Divisional games are weird. Every team within the division is designed to beat the other teams in the division. So there was a time when the Rams were horrible. They would only win 2 games a year, but they would beat those Russell Wilson, Legion of Boom, Pete Carroll, Seahawks teams just because it was a weird matchup. Nobody would ever pick the Rams to win those games because they were terrible. But it was a weird game, always. And that's kind of how these division games are. Like, I expect the Giants-Cowboys game later this year to be weird as well. Also, shout out to the Giants using Jackson Dart for a couple of plays. He ended up with 1 carry and -3 yards.
I wish I could show you, like, we have to figure out how to get rights to do this. Like, I want to show you on a screen the play and show you exactly the spacing that I've witnessed.
Hell yeah. I would love to get into that stuff.
Oh my God, it's just, it's ridiculous on the Giants side. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, I'm not impressed by Russell Wilson because if you are literally getting these... Easy game. Easy peasy. Russell Wilson, congrats. Live it up.
Yeah. Shout out to Wan'Dale Robinson. Also probably his best game of the year, over 140 yards. Receiving, I do not expect that to continue. I really do hope Malik continues to just be a baller. He has that ability in him. All right. Eagles, Chiefs, Dallas Giants. Let's talk about Detroit, Chicago.
Do we have to?
This is a beatdown. This was an absolute beatdown. This is when we talk about week 1 is a liar and the Lions aren't able to have a, smooth offense against the Green Bay Packers. They come back in week 2 and they put up 52 points. And they shut everybody up. No, we're still the Lions. We miss Ben Johnson, maybe, but Ben Johnson was on the other sideline. The Lions fans at one point were chanting, Ben Johnson, F Ben Johnson. Yeah. For one touchdown celebration, the Lions ran a kind of like a mockery of a fake play that Ben Johnson had designed from the previous year. Why?
Yeah. They hit him right in his nerd boner.
Yes.
No, because that's what that is. That's like some Sun Tzu, Three Kingdoms, like
they were
playing Master Ghost.
Him. Yeah.
Like, your tactics.
They were mocking him, and I mean,
your tactics don't stand on this mountain.
Yeah, and we enjoy Caleb Williams, and this is kind of the Caleb Williams experience at this point where he's fine. He has accuracy issues. He's holding on to the ball too long, but there's still flashes, and he still, puts up 2 touchdowns and 1 interception, fine stats. But I mean, Jared Goff was just named NFC Offensive Player of the Week, which rightfully so. He threw 5 touchdowns. That's a good game.
Now Goff showed up better. He's like, I'm the new Goff still.
Jared Goff, not Jared Goof this week.
Yeah, but again, it's the Bears. And everybody was expecting it. again, wasn't expecting it this bad, and I'm glad I didn't pick the Survivor pick to be them
Have been
because I would be
have
dead.
been brutal.
Yeah.
I was thinking for whoever loses the Survivor pool,
Jed.
what do you think about this? We buy a jersey for the other person, whoever the loser is.
Unfair because you know I'm going to lose.
I mean, I don't know ball. My Survivor pick week 1 won by 1 point.
I mean, that is true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fair deal.
Okay. All right.
I need a Raiders jersey.
Virtual handshake.
I need a Raiders jersey.
There you go.
I'm
I'll
a
get you
Raiders fan now.
I'll get you a Genty jersey.
There you go.
All right, absolute beatdown by the Lions. We don't need to spend too much time on that. All right. I think
No, I mean, just briefly, their whole management switch up seems to be flipping on its head because now they're blaming management all over again. So I'm experiencing a pattern from the Bears here.
who are the Bears?
Yeah.
I think when it comes to that conversation, nobody's blaming Ben Johnson yet.
He's blaming them.
I think Ben Johnson's decent from what we've seen. However, there is a clear trend that comes down from ownership. Absolutely. I mean, it's a organizational issue at this point that where something isn't working. I'll leave it at that. It's just any Chicago Bear fan will tell you this. My neighbor is actually a Chicago Bears fan. I was on a walk. I live pretty close to a state park. And as I was on my way back, I saw my neighbor on Sunday and he was on his bike and he was just driving past. This is after the morning games. This is before the Sunday night game. So I was just out. And he's only going to have an opportunity to say one thing to me as he's biking by me pretty quickly. And all he says is, "Oh, hey, Thor." And I'm like, "Oh, hey." And all he says is, "I have a terrible football team." He's already gone. I don't have a chance to respond to him. And I'm like, yep.
What's his team?
That's the Bears.
Oh my God.
That's Bears fans' input. Yeah.
I mean, that's how I feel as a Dolphins fan when I was really rooting
there's
for them. It's just like,
there. All right. Let's talk about I think the next game that mattered. The Commanders at Green Bay.
so that's one of the games I missed because of my technical difficulties. So I actually didn't get to catch much of it.
You don't have
Unfortunately,
Prime? You don't got Prime? Amazon Prime?
no, I got nothing, but I see everything. I'm like a telepath, but it wasn't working that day.
Yeah, so I mean, this is on Amazon Prime, like I was saying, and Washington had some fight in it, but an aging Zach Ertz was able to score a couple touchdowns, but it felt like whenever they needed like a third down or a fourth down, which I feel like they had a lot, they were relying on Zach Ertz. Like, how come you're not relying on Terry McLaurin? Was Green Bay really shutting them down that much? And it just felt like such a struggle for Washington to move the ball at all. And whenever Green Bay needed to, they were able to just march down the field. This was Tucker Kraft, their tight ends, his best game ever that he's had, over 100 receiving yards plus touchdown. Tucker Kraft singles. And yeah, I mean, they just did enough to win. They just seem like that kind of team where, okay, this is what the defense is giving us, so we're going to do this because we're able to do it. Oh, the defense wants to do this against us? Okay, we'll switch it up. The defense wants to do pass defense. They don't want us to pass. We'll run it with Josh Jacobs. Okay, they're going to stop the run. Okay, we have 3 potential number 1 receivers. Okay, I'm going to throw it to Romeo Dobbs. And Matthew Golden is getting open on these getting behind the defense. He hasn't really caught a long touchdown yet, but you can see him getting there where him and Jordan Love just need to dial it in a little bit more. They have Tucker Kraft as a good tight end. They have a good offensive line. They have a good defensive line. Micah Parsons looks really good. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. No, it's fine. I'm glad. I'm honestly really happy that Micah Parsons is fucking crushing it right now. I saw him just eat quarterbacks alive on both weeks. And it's like, yeah, amazing.
So coming out of this week, Jaden Daniels is hurt. He had a noticeable limp after the matchup with the Packers. So he is not going to play as of right now. It's going to be Marcus Mariota, which is a serviceable backup. He was the number 2 overall pick when Jameis Winston was the number 1 overall pick way back when. Can't believe I'm saying way back when. I'm not that
way
old.
back when. Yeah, I was.
I swear.
You're talking about it.
But yeah, that'll be concerning for Washington fans. I was always nervous about Jane Daniels coming out of college because he is just so slight. He's like, 180 pounds, 6'3". He's a very, very slender guy.
Gotta
And
go do
there's
some
just
sumo training.
yeah, there's just highlight reels from college where he's just getting crushed over and over again. So yeah, that's coming out of that game. I think the next couple games, there's only a few more that were really newsworthy from this past week, but Jaguars versus Cincinnati. We touched on it briefly. The main headline from this, Joe Burrow got hurt. He got turf toe.
R.I.P.
Yeah, turf toe doesn't sound too bad, but then it
It's
turns
bad.
out he got a grade 3 turf toe, which right after the game, every fantasy head was freaking out. Every Bengals fan was freaking out. A grade 3 turf toe requires surgery, and it's a minimum of 3 months.
Oh my god.
So there have been 2 games, 3 months. That's 4 games a month. So 4 times 3, it's 12 plus 2. So 14. So there's only going to be a few weeks left in the season if he comes back on the shortest time.
Are you still a Joe Burrow believer? This
It's
is one of the only things that you were not necessarily wrong about,
hurts.
but yeah, you had higher expectations for. I'll put it that way.
Everybody did. I mean, Joe Burrow is a top 5 QB in the league. He is, like, straight up. However, at this point in his career, is Joe Burrow?
Maybe.
Yeah. People are starting to throw that around, and it hurts because then you start to think of the what if with Joe Burrow's career. And when you start thinking about the what ifs of a person's career, that's starting to be the decline of their career. I will not say that. There are potential rumors out there where people are like, well, the Rams are actually looking at trying to trade multiple firsts for Joe Burrow. That'd be great. I would love Joe Burrow to be the replacement of Matthew Stafford. I don't think that's realistic. I think that's pipe dreams.
Not if he gets labeled as injury prone. That might be the negotiating piece for the Rams.
Exactly. Yeah. And again, I don't think that's realistic. That's insane. That'd be crazy.
You won't be
But
able to enjoy it till next year, but hey.
yeah, I mean, do you even roll him out there when he comes back? Like,
Depends on how
so
they're doing week 14, week 15.
Browning is a decent backup. He actually had a 4-3 record with the Bengals, and he won this game. He was able to pull it out again, a close game, and the Jaguars looked to be decent. But, Chase is still Jamar Chase. You still have T. Higgins. So what is this offense going to look like? Is it going to look a little bit more like the McVay tree where it's a lot of under center, play action? I mean, if they're able to come out of this and, they're only down from 500 by a couple of games, then yeah, maybe Joe Burrow is able to get him into the wild card and then they go on a run. Who knows? But if the issue's lingering, if the turf toe is an issue that's just lingering, I don't know. There's a lot of Bengals fans who are throwing in the towel. There's a lot of Bengals fans who are saying, no, Jake Browning is going to be pretty good. We'll see. It just sucks to see that level of QB go down and just take the hopes of a season with him.
Yeah, I mean, again, the Buddha would say, I do not know if this is bad or if this is good. This could be his out. Because let's face it, he needs to get out of the Bengals. This is his out card, and he can go to a team like the Rams and do some damage.
That'd be wild. That would be wild. Absolutely.
Or go to the Cowboys. Get rid of Dak Prescott. That'd be great. I'll go back.
Don't send him to Dallas.
Or go to the Raiders, because we won't talk about it too much, but Gina was like bouncing around his own line and stuff the whole game. It was bad.
We'll get to it. We'll get to it. I've got that.
Okay.
All right. So before we hop into Chargers Raiders, this was a Monday night doubleheader. I don't like them. I don't like them at all.
Yeah.
Tampa Houston game started at 4 p.m. The Chargers Raiders game started at 7 p.m. on the West Coast. So that is a 10 p.m. kickoff for the East Coast.
I was putting my child down to bed and then like sneak watching it.
Yeah. So Tampa versus Houston, this was excellent. I was talking to you about the clip of Baker Mayfield. There were multiple times in this game where it looked like he tore every muscle in his knee or ankle. And then CJ Gardner Johnson was just talking shit as he's gripping his knee on the ground and he hears him talking shit and just something flips in Baker and he just stands up. He's fine. Legs are fine and starts talking trash immediately. He's got that dog in him. He's got that dog.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's great. It was a great game. Houston is struggling. CJ Stroud and that Texans offense does not look like where they're supposed to be, especially since they were a playoff team and they have Nico Collins, who should be one of the top receivers in the NFL. It's not looking like it. CJ Stroud does not look like CJ Stroud, at least, from his rookie season when he looked like he could potentially be in that same conversation with like Joe Burrow and everybody. He is still struggling, so I'm not expecting him to bounce back that quickly. I think maybe he has that potential still in him, but the Texans' offensive line does not look good. On the flip side, Emeka Egbuka is the real deal as a rookie receiver. He already has 3 touchdowns for the year, which is huge. We don't know what it's going to look like when Chris Godwin comes back from injury. Mike Evans is still good, but what really made the difference in this game was Tampa was able to get their running game going. Bucky Irving looked good. Rashad White looked really good. And they're able to have that two-headed monster back there, and especially behind the offensive line who's still missing Tristan Wirfs, who should be coming back in a few weeks. And once they get him back, that is a major, major boost to their offensive line. So it looks really good. Baker led a late fourth quarter comeback, final seconds, classic Baker Mayfield. Just super fun to watch. I love watching Baker Mayfield whenever he's on the TV. So it was a super fun game.
We're not going to talk about the Cardinals. They're a problem.
The Cardinals?
Cardinals are a problem. They're not being talked about, and they're being slept on, and it's offensive. The Cardinals defense. Listen, I'm trying to tell you guys now.
Listen. Before we jump into Cardinals Panthers, Tampa versus Houston, we said what we needed to say. Real quick, Chargers Raiders, which was the 10 p.m. Eastern kickoff time. Geno Smith looks terrible. Tom Brady's about to suit up from the sideline. He's like, I can do better than this. The Chargers are a pass-happy offense for some reason, even though they have Greg Roman, who's their offensive coordinator. Omarion Hampton does not look good yet. On the flip side, Ashton Genty does not look good yet. Who are these? It's supposed to be one of the best running back classes ever. They are not performing at all. Quentin Johnston still looks good for Justin Herbert. But yeah, the Raiders looked outclassed.
It was just really, really sloppy performance, unfortunately. The lines just weren't there. Everything was drawn up like crooked. Tom Brady should have suited up. That would have been an amazing turn of events if he just walked onto the field with like a t-shirt. He's like, give me a fucking helmet.
I always think of this one meme that I saw where it was about, the football should be a little bit more like wrestling. Like Geno Smith throws 3 interceptions. He's down on the ground. It's the fourth quarter.
Yes.
Then there's fog, and it's like, what is that? Oh my God, that's Tom Brady's music. And he comes out of the tunnel. Yeah. The Lions with Stafford. It's like, oh my God, it's Calvin Johnson's music. Oh my God.
Dude. That's going to be what replaces NFL one day. It's that type of stuff.
The XFL, you mean? Yeah, they've tried.
The WWNFL, WFL, Wrestling Football League.
The XFL was a WWE creation, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, did not work though. Did not replace the NFL at all.
It didn't.
All right, so yeah, going to what you wanted to talk about, I think the other games from week 2.
Well, there's just a couple of things to just quick shout outs. We don't have to get detailed. We don't have to go super detailed. It's just like what I want folks listening to understand is that the Cardinals defense is one of the most effective, bloodthirsty, disciplined defenses that is pretty much playing in the league right now. You can say whatever you want about their offense. I don't have anything nice to say about it. It's just if you strictly watch them from a defensive perspective, it's insane. Like nobody's playing them no one's playing like them right now. It's just a very tight formation, and this is just the biggest plays too. People are getting lit up. Cardinals are a problem, bro. Everyone's going to start getting hurt from the Cardinals. They're just going to be one of those teams everyone's scared of this year.
I disagree.
How do you disagree? Did you not see that game?
So they've played the Panthers and they've played the Saints.
Right.
Bad teams. Bad.
Listen, mark my words. It's the way the defense is coordinating. It's like it's
I
the
like the
anti to everything.
defense. I like them.
They are the anti to everything I was saying about the Giants and stuff like that. Like they don't have those type of spacing issues.
They've
They are pulling in
they've had
correctly.
it. It's just they've had such cupcakes. I just don't think we can. I want to look at their schedule because I know they're playing the 49ers this week, but the 49ers have Mac Jones. So are we even going to be able to say anything after this week for the Cardinals? To go from facing Spencer Rattler as QB to Bryce Young as QB to Mac Jones as QB. I mean, you all you can do is play your schedule, right? But it's a pretty easy schedule. And what I'm concerned about from this game is the Panthers looked abysmal week 1. They looked abysmal for most of this game. But Tet McMillan looks really good, their rookie receiver. The Cardinals are kind of playing with their food. They should have won both of these games handedly, but for some reason they're in it. And I mean, did you watch the end of this game? It was a
No, because they're
it was a travesty at the end of this game. The Cardinals should have won. The Panthers had a chance to take the lead on a final drive. It would just be like an incomplete pass. Okay, incomplete pass, second down. Okay, incomplete pass, third down. Okay, it's fourth down. Oh my gosh, a terrible throw. Okay, Panthers lose. Oh, there's a flag from the Cardinals defense. Okay, so now they get a new fresh start downs. Oh, okay, terrible play, terrible play, terrible play. They're on fourth down again. Okay, let's get this over with. Panthers, terrible play. Wow, okay, they lost. Penalty flag from the Cardinals. They just kept trying to hand it. And it was just so sloppy at the end of this game. It just did not look like two good teams. So looking ahead, they've got the Seahawks, which I think will be their first test. That's going to be Thursday in week 4, Thursday night. I will hold any judgment until they play the Seahawks. But then they got the Titans after that. Cupcake, I mean, I'll see. Their schedule toughens up a little bit after that. Got the Texans, Falcons, Rams.
listen. I don't think they're going to be able to outscore certain teams, right? Like I think they'll lose games, but their defense is going to be a problem. They're aggressive. They're hitting harder than other teams. I'll just put it that way.
Yeah.
They're bloodthirsty. That's just all I'm saying. Like they're scary. The only other shout I wanted to make besides the Cardinals was that the Bills are basically the new Eagles, I think, this year. I think everyone's like focusing on the Eagles because of what happened. Because of what happened with the Chiefs and everything, and just the Eagles starting out, like it's just a lot of excitement with the Eagles. The Cowboys game was dramatic. Like I get it, but the Bills, it's going to be the Bills this year, dude. They're the new Eagles. They're playing like how the Eagles would be playing.
Bills look good, man. James Cook is the number 1 running back in fantasy right now. He looks super good. Again, how do you beat Buffalo? Because Josh Allen is a freak. And then, yeah, I mean, the Jets were just outmatched, man. It was a blowout. Like,
And I do want to call out that you thought it was going to be a close game, and I was like, nope, the Bills are going to. Yeah,
after
you
we
did.
won the Jets Steelers, they looked good, man. They looked good. I thought they would have a little bit of fight.
I was right. This is one of the times I was right, so I have to call it out. I said it was going to be a blowout. I said they're going to get lit the F up, and the Bills did exactly that.
I will say, I was like, yes, I could absolutely see it being a blowout.
I know. I'm just giving you some shit. You're usually right about everything, so I have to focus on the ones where I'm like, oh, I had one of those wiggle moments.
Justin Fields is also in concussion protocol now, so Tyrod Taylor is going to be starting this next week, which we'll see. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. Another blowout to call out is the Ravens versus the Browns. Baltimore is Baltimore. They were angry. It was exactly like I thought. That's why they were my survivor pick. The Browns are the Browns. What else are you going to really say?
I have a terrible football team. Bikes away. That's like Pokemon dialogue. You understand that?
Yeah. It's like, okay. Not looking for a response at all. Yeah, the Browns, same kind of bucket as the Bears right now. Other games to touch on: Rams versus Titans. Again, not a newsworthy game, but for all you Titans fans, Cam Ward looked good. His first NFL touchdown was him rolling out, escaping the pocket, escaping that really good Rams pass rush. He's almost to the sideline, and he does what no quarterback should do, which is rolling out and throwing across your body across the field. That's almost a guaranteed interception anytime anybody does it. Cam Ward, He did it, and he led the receiver perfectly to the other side of the end zone. Cool. Other news, Devontae and Puka looked really dangerous. Both of them went to over 100 yards, and Stafford looks healthy. That's kind of bad news for the rest of the league. Again, it's against the Titans, so how much can we really take from it? Other games, the Patriots versus the Dolphins was fun. The Dolphins did not show up for a while, but when they did, they made it an interesting game. However, New England had already had the lead by that point, and Drake May looks really good like he did last year. So, week one is a liar sometimes. Drake May, people were sounding the alarms. Drake May is still good. Drake May is, I think, who he thought he was. So they're number 2 in that division right now behind the Bills. I am interested to see if New England can put any kind of fight against the Bills.
Well, isn't week 3 the Dolphins Bills?
Yes, it is. Thursday Night Football.
Poor Dolphins. We were just talking about how dude, a 2.5% chance. That's all he's thinking to himself right now. He's going to bed right now. And he's like, 2.5% chance.
Another day
we're about to be 0-3.
Yeah. All right. Before we start talking about the primetime games for next week, we talked about Panthers Cards, Seattle versus Pittsburgh. Let down from Pittsburgh's offense. Kenneth Walker looks really good, which is good for Seattle. For now, they did enough to win. Yeah, I mean, Pittsburgh just seemed outclassed in that game. Jackson Smith and Jigba continues to be all of Seattle's offense, which isn't good. They need to start passing the ball to other people. They need to find something. You can't just have one receiver and continue to succeed. And then the last game that we haven't touched on is Broncos versus Colts. The Broncos lost, which, again, the Broncos were supposed to be world beaters this year. And also the Colts were supposed to be bad. The Colts are 2-0.
I've been seeing funny memes about that.
It's amazing. It's incredible.
They're just walking around like happy.
Jones.
They're just like, wow.
My wife has Daniel Jones and Caleb Williams on her fantasy team, and she was asking me, she was like, I don't know, like Caleb Williams, he was doing pretty good. He scored 20 points, and then he scored this, and I was like, look at Daniel Jones. And she was like, oh, I'm going to start Daniel Jones. And I was like, yeah, probably should. Over a 300-yard game for him. Jonathan Taylor was looking good, running all over the field. All right, Colts, I see you. All right.
I think they just were sorely underestimated this year, but I don't know. We'll see how much the magic lasts. They'll get another good week out of the Titans. So
I will say, you weren't watching football last year. The Saints scored 80 points in the first 2 weeks last season, and then they went on to be one of the worst teams in the league. So
it happens.
It happens, man. It happens. All right, we look into week 3.
Wait. Oh, yes. Sorry. Yes, we are looking at week 3. What are your 3 games to watch?
Before we hop into those, let's talk primetime games. We're going to talk about Thursday night. We're going to talk about Sunday night and Monday night. There is no doubleheader, thank goodness. But yeah, let's talk Miami, Buffalo.
It's just start playing the bagpipes, fellows.
Yeah.
It's bad. Yeah. It's bad news, Bears. Suddenly Bears. Suddenly Bills. Suddenly Bills.
It's tough to, when we go through these previews, I always want to think of how could this happen for the Dolphins? How could the Dolphins win? How would they pull it out? If I'm looking at it, the Ravens were able to score on them. The Jets, not so much. If there is some game plan for them to win, I do think it's Tyreek Hill catching multiple bombs. I think it's their offense being able to put up points. I think it's Tua being on point, getting the ball out quickly, being able to actually go to his second read. Sorry, Tua. Devon A-Chain actually being able to have a running game. And then their defense, again, I'm not believing what I'm saying, but it's their defense actually being able to hold the Bills receivers, make the Bills a one-dimensional team, forcing them to run, which they have Josh Allen and James Cook. But if you know that that's what they need to do and you're able to stop them, and maybe you have super long, 14-play drives that cut it down to 10 possessions total, if not less, maybe there's a way. But on the flip side, this is going to be a total blowout. The Dolphins are going to get killed, man.
Let's bet $100 on the Dolphins. Hope for a miracle. Make $10 billion. Because the odds are going to be insanity.
Honestly, that would be very NFL for everybody to just be like, oh, Dolphins are getting crushed. And for some reason, Mike McDaniel and his team plays super well and they beat one of the juggernauts. I will say Thursday games are weird. Divisional
Thursday games are
games are
weird.
weird.
It's a super
Thursday night games are
rivalry.
weird. Yeah.
It's a big rivalry. It does get weird. It gets crazy, but I don't know, man. As much as I want to, there's a part of me that wants to say the Dolphins can do something tricky, but it's just there's no freaking way.
There's no way, right?
There's no way, right?
Right.
Right?
I will say also when you start to get like every single analyst picking a team and it's just across the board, everybody's like, oh, this is the team that's going to win. Then, there's some weird juju that happens. And,
Looking at you, ref. I'm looking at you, refs.
I mean, this is by far the biggest point spread of the week. The Bills are favored by 11.5. Like I said, this is Thursday Night Football. This is on Prime. This is in Orchard Park. So yeah, I think the Bills are going to win.
Poor Dolphins. This is animal abuse.
Animal abuse. Oh no, where's PETA? Call PETA.
Hello,
PETA. There's some buffaloes killing dolphins. All right.
Average moment in Red Dead.
So yeah, Arthur. So the Sunday night game. This is the Taylor. I won't get into it. I won't do it. I'm woke. So the Chiefs are going to New York they're going to East Rutherford, New Jersey to play the New York Football Giants Sunday night on NBC. Kansas City are 6.5-point favorites as the away team. 7-point underdogs, essentially. 7-point favorites.
Yeah, I was like, what? No way.
Yeah. Let Russ cook. Did you weren't in a football fan when that was happening, huh?
Russell Wilson? I was watching football back then.
So, well, this is kind of after the Legion of Boom era, but a lot of people were, hyping up Russell Wilson. He started to play super well. Some people were trying to give him some MVP buzz, and there was this saying like, yo, let Russ cook, man. Let Russ cook. And I mean, if he played like he did last week, let him cook. If it's going to be the way I think it's going to go, though, it's going to be more of a like, yo, who let bro cook? Kansas City still has a good defense. I think this is the week that they get right. It has to be, because again, if they don't, there's a chance they don't make the playoffs at this point.
2.5.
Cornered animals. It's two cornered animals going up against each other. Whoever loses this game is probably not going to the playoffs.
2.5%.
2.5%. Yeah.
Taylor Swift needs to do something. She needs to like have a concert.
She needs to do something.
She needs to like bring the power of pop music into the stands that day to ensure the Chiefs, like the K-pop Demon Hunter drama, dance their way to victory.
Oh my gosh.
I think they'll be fine, to be honest with you. I don't think there's really a curse going on. I think they went against decent teams. I think they're old and tired, just like you predicted.
Yeah.
It's hilarious that Taylor Swift is getting involved on this, to be honest with you. I love how this has lasted like multiple years at this point. Because I remember this like first coming up during the first Super Bowl with the Chiefs, and I was like, oh my gosh, people are so silly. But now here we are, 3 years later.
It was the perfect blend because it was her Eras tour, which is arguably one of the biggest like musical tours of all time. And
yeah,
then,
I know some crazy stuff happened.
He's the greatest tight end of all time, and they, got together.
Of all time? Hold the phone.
Travis Kelce, yeah, he's up there.
Is it because he won so many Super Bowls? Is that why he's being classified this way?
No, he's up there. He's in the conversation. It's him, Rob Gronkowski, Tony Gonzalez, Antonio Gates. You can talk about Mike Ditka from the 30s, or not the 30s, but like the 60s. Anyway. Yeah, no, he's in that conversation.
He's old for tight end years. In tight end years, he's pretty old.
Yes.
So it's all good. Anyway, I forgot what my point was at that point. Oh, no, I think the Chiefs are going to pull it off. Sorry. To take it back. I think they'll pull it off fine.
That's fair.
So Wilson's not going to do well. He's going to face a real defense. Not a Micah Parson missing their key defensive player defense. Like, they're going to fight a real defense.
They're going to be facing Chris Jones instead of Kenny Clark.
It's going to be amazing when the Packers play the Giants and they destroy the Giants. And everyone's going to be like,
yeah.
How do you?
The Cowboys, you mean?
No, the Packers and Giants. That's not happening soon, but when it does happen, it's going to be great.
Why? Why do you want them to destroy the Giants?
Because the Cowboys couldn't do it.
Oh, I get you. Okay. Now I'm following
the difference.
Now I'm
following
the
difference in defenses.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I think Kansas City's going to pull it off. I think they're just too good. I do think they're in a different class than New York. There is a way for New York to pull this off where if Kansas City's DBs are not able to cover Malik Neighbors or even Wandale Robinson at this point, and Russ is just throwing moonballs like he was against the Cowboys, which again, he is a really, really good deep ball thrower. I could see it. I mean, I actually kind of don't like the spread in this one. I think if I were to make the spread, I would put it more like a 3.5, just because I don't have the faith in Kansas City. The Giants defense is a little bit fun. I really like their defensive line. It'll be interesting if Brian Burns, Kayvon Thibodeau, and Abdul Carter are able to get after Patrick Mahomes, make him escape to the pocket. That's when the Chiefs have really struggled, is when Patrick Mahomes has to do everything, which is what he's been having to do this year. So I don't know. It could be a fun game. And I like that it's on Sunday night. The Giants always get primetime games. They're always getting ratings because they're one of the biggest NFL fan bases. I'm interested in this game for Sunday night. I think it's cool.
Lies and deceit. The Giants own the broadcasting. New York City owns the broadcasting.
Well, it's New York. I mean,
yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah. They're what we call a Tiffany franchise. Tiffany franchise. The Giants, the Steelers, they're just
That's so funny.
Like one of the core franchises of the NFL. The Cowboys, Packers, those are all Tiffany franchises. All right. The last primetime game for week 3. It's a good one. This is going to be fun. This is going to be really fun. Good Monday night game. Detroit is going to Baltimore. Monday night, ESPN, ABC. The Ravens are a 4.5 favorite. It's more than I thought. I thought this would be more of a coin flip, which is typically, underneath that 3 field goal point.
The Ravens are a bit younger.
They're
a bit more top shot contender. We're not thinking the Lions are going to go to the Super Bowl this year, but a lot of people are. But more people think the Ravens probably will be going, or at least contending for it in the championship.
I guess I would lean that way. Yeah. I mean, the Lions coming off of scoring 52 points against the Bears. It's the Bears. Fair.
It's the Bears.
The Ravens, gosh, how many points did they score against the Browns? It was a blowout. Doesn't matter. It's fun because it's 2 teams coming off blowout victories against bad teams, and then they get to take that energy in against an actual contender. This is a goalpost game where it's like, okay, we get to stick our flag in. This is where we are. This is how good we are. I think I am going to lean Ravens just because I like their defense better. And I mean, my bias is showing a little bit. Jared Goff is always great to see. Unfortunately, there are probably going to be some Jared Goof moments that may happen. You know how much I love Kyle Hamilton on the defensive side for the Ravens. Roquan Smith, I believe, was an absolute monster in the last game at linebacker. And yeah, I just think Lamar Jackson's going to run all over that Detroit Lions defense. Derrick Henry did not play well against the Browns, surprisingly. I think he's going to have a bounce back game. I really like Zay Flowers this year. He's playing great. Yeah, maybe the 4.5 is fair. Maybe it is. What do you think?
I mean, it's a little aggressive, but I think it's fair enough. I don't think it's too surprising, especially since what we've seen from Mr. Goff. Did you see? That's
5 touchdown.
There's a video going around of Jared Goff jumping into the pit because he's like, "Oh, I always wanted to do it I've been on the Detroit Lions for a long time."
The Lions leap. Yeah.
My God.
He struggled, man. He struggled.
And he's talking about it at a press conference. He's like, "It did it."
Yeah. He's never been like the peak athlete. But I loved when the Rams picked him, but I will say I was like, I still want the Rams to pick a really mobile quarterback. And I feel like, Jared Goff can run, but he does kind of feel like the new version of the pocket passer. He feels like a more modern version of like the Peyton Mannings, not that, level of game recognition or play calling, but he is good at that. though, and he does excel at that. If Jahmyr Gibbs is able to get going, if Amon-Ra is able to get going, if Jamo Williams is able to get behind the defense, I could absolutely see the Lions winning this game. It's not hard to look at like how the Lions could win. It's two good games, and that's I'm gonna love Monday. Work is starting to get over. I'm gonna be like, yes, I get to watch Lions Ravens. Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good game.
Mm,
If I had to call it, I don't know. It's tough. We do have to put in a parlay soon.
we do. We're getting there.
I don't know, man.
It's
I think the
tough.
Ravens just have top talent, unfortunately. So it's going to be a good game, but the Ravens will
Lions
walk out
have
of
top
that.
talent too. They got it.
But the Ravens, I don't know. They're just a bit younger, a bit fresher.
Right. When games are close like this and it's tough to pick, a lot of it boils down to the most important position, quarterback. And if you have to pick between Lamar Jackson and Jared Goff, I'm taking Lamar Jackson. All right, let's look at the main slate of games on Sunday. Let's pick 3 games each. I think I went first. No, you went first last time because there was one clear winner for the game that you should be watching, which was Chiefs versus Eagles. So I shall pick my game first. The number one game I want to watch this week from the main Sunday slate. It's an easy pick. My bias does not matter in this one. It's Rams Eagles. Arguably the best playoff game from last year. The Rams were within, 10, 15 yards of actually beating the Eagles in the snow. Excellent, historic, just classic playoff snow game. The Rams are traveling to Philadelphia. It's going to be 10 a.m. on Fox. I'm gonna have to sail the 7 seas to watch that game. And then the Eagles are 3.5 point favorites. That's fair. That's the coin flip area. Over unders at 44, which is, middle of the pack. They're not really sure which way to go. This should be a fun game. The Rams offense, if they're able to get Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams going like they were against the Titans, that's where there's a little bit of a hole in this Philadelphia Eagles defense. In the secondary, maybe they're able to do that, slow down that Eagles
Why are
defensive
you
line.
even trying to explain any chance in hell the Rams being able to withstand the Eagles?
What do you mean?
Thor.
Yeah, no, I get it. I get it. Hey,
Thor.
I get
It's okay.
it.
They're like the Dolphins this week. It's just animal abuse. It's just animal abuse at this point.
It's the video of the golden eagle like picking up the ram off the cliff and just dropping it. All right, fine. I'll go on the flip side. Saquon Barkley had 3 70-plus yard runs last year, and all 3 of them were against the Rams. Rams need to stop that. I will say that was the entire Rams offseason was trying to stop what the Eagles did to him last year. It was gross. But that's why they brought in Poona Ford. That's why they brought in Nate Landman, who has been looking good. Some people are saying like, yo, Nate Landman for Defensive Player of the Year. But yeah, if the Eagles are able to run the ball, if they're able to get into tush push, area.
They're not even going to need it, man.
I think you're a little too cocky on this game.
Against the Rams, brother? No, not
Rams
this
are
year.
good. With the healthy staff, the Rams are Super Bowl contenders. That's me being unbiased. That is true, dude.
That is like the most biased thing you've ever said.
They have a good defense. What are you talking about?
But against the Eagles, it's not the same level, bro. It's not the same type of football game that they were experiencing.
Who gave the Eagles the most trouble in the entire playoffs? The Rams.
Lucky shot.
They had a chance to win with less than a minute left. Anyways.
Plus 160.
Gosh. Yeah, it's going to be a close game. It's a coin flip game, essentially. And the Eagles are getting the favorite because they're at home. I still think they would be like a 1.5 favorite if they were in LA. The Eagles fans would take over LA anyways. Good fan bases take over LA when they do go to the Rams Stadium. But like I was saying, the Rams pass offense, that's the way to beat them. On the flip side, the Eagles offensive line needs to hold up against the Rams defensive line, which has stars everywhere, young stars. Jared Verse was number 6 in overall defensive player of the year betting before the year started. What's funny is on the flip side is Byron Young has actually recorded 5 sacks through the first 2 games. He's the one who's playing like a defensive player of the year. But if the Eagles can't get the run going, which again, the Rams spent the entire offseason planning to stop the Eagles run, they do have AJ Brown and Devonta Smith, who have not really done anything through the first 2 weeks. They haven't needed to. But the Rams secondary, I'm a little bit worried about. So if they're able to actually pass the ball to AJ Brown and Devonta Smith, I could see that being the winner for the Eagles. As
I've said enough. It's the Eagles. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, folks. They're pretending this one's close because they don't want big payouts. This should be much different odds.
my heart. All right, well, I'll pass it to you then. What's the number one game you want to watch?
I want to watch the Cardinals, man. They're the most entertaining right now. And I think you're wrong about them. And I think they're going to do pretty good against the 49ers as well.
All right, it's the Cards traveling to Santa Clara to take on the San Francisco 49ers, who again do not have their starting QB. They have Mac Jones, who played okay. I mean, he played okay against the Saints. Both of these teams have played the Saints already. Interesting.
Yeah.
The
And much
Niners
different
are
results.
2.5-point favorites, so it's very much a coin flip game. I'm honestly a little bit surprised that San Francisco are the favorites. They're a better team. They are a better roster, but they don't have their starting QB, so that's always rough.
I would have said Bears and Cowboys because I'm interested in the Bears, but right now, less interested. Cowboys, can't watch them anymore. So yeah, going Cardinals because they're entertaining, man. I'm telling you, I like good defenses. I always gravitate towards teams that have like the best defense going at the time.
This is two good defenses for sure. Yeah, I mean like I said, the Cardinals defense is fun. I will not put much judgment into this game. I mean, I assume Ricky Pearsall's gonna have a good game. I assume Juwan Jennings is gonna play well, but I could absolutely see Arizona shutting down the 49ers passing offense. I'm interested to see how they do against Christian McCaffrey, who has looked like old Christian McCaffrey, not in a bad way, but like prime Christian McCaffrey. They are just feeding him touches because they need to. I mean, I could absolutely see him getting 30 touches again. So it'll be interesting to see if they can stop that aspect of the Kyle Shanahan offense. On the flip side, I really want to see Marvin Harrison Jr. just have a game where he just goes off and he catches, like 2 touchdowns and has 150 plus yards. We're waiting on it, take that step. Plus, they have Trey McBride on offense. Trey Benson has been looking okay in relief of James Conner as their running back. Yeah, it's a fun game. It's an NFC West showdown. Any divisional game matters, so it's fun. It's a fun game.
I just want to see the tackles. I just want the violence.
Yeah.
Cardinals are bringing it, dude. It'll
be violent. These teams hate each other. I mean, any divisional game will be, teams hating each other.
Yeah, so that's why I'm picking it because I like West Coast games. I like this division. That's why I enjoy the Raiders too, the Raiders, but also the Rams and stuff like that.
Hey, now you're showing love to the Rams?
We've said at the start of this show that I do like the Rams, like from like a emotional perspective. I'm honest about it.
All right. There's a couple games. I feel like you're going to take this other one that I'm not going to pick right now. The one game I'm looking at is a better game. It's a divisional game. However, I'm not picking it because I kind of want to see what happens when the Cincinnati Bengals, the Jake Browning Cincinnati Bengals, go to the Carson Wentz Vikings, because the Vikings, also a QB injury. JJ McCarthy is out for 2 to 4 weeks with a high ankle sprain. Speaking of that young career, he's injury prone. He's only been in the league. He missed his entire rookie year. And then he had one good quarter against the Chicago Bears defense for the fourth quarter. And then he looked bad against the Falcons. So, I mean, is he a bust already? I don't think so. I feel like there's some hope around him, but is Carson Wentz an upgrade?
I mean, Carson Wentz is awesome. I remember Carson Wentz during his era. I was excited about him. I was pissed the Cowboys didn't take him. Still am pissed about that, honestly. Carson Wentz would have been
Jared Goff and Carson Wentz was the number 2 pick.
Yeah, I know. And everybody was more horny for Goff at the time, and I didn't get it.
A little bit.
Mind you, the careers have been very differently, but I think just Wentz got the short end of the stick.
Jared Goff's much better.
If the Rams had put Wentz in the same position, I promise you it would have been a Super Bowl winning.
If McVay had Wentz since the beginning of his career.
I've run those Madden simulations. I'll put it that way. It's much better. It's much
Would
better.
have been fun.
It's a much better
Could be
loadout.
interesting. Yeah, definitely more mobile.
But didn't the Vikings quarterback also have a baby and miss training and a bunch of other stuff too?
Yeah, he was a brand new dad. I don't know. It just you didn't see it from him. You saw it from him for one quarter against Chicago. That same Chicago defense went on to give up 52 points the next week. And then he just looked off in that game against the Falcons, which the Falcons have a good pass rush now, question mark.
New parent syndrome. He didn't get a good night's sleep. I promise you that's
Maybe.
what it was. He was just
Maybe
like
that is.
exhausted out
And
of his
because he's
mind.
still young. I mean, he's only 22 still, so
Yeah,
there's
and
there's
you
a
have a
lot of
baby.
chance.
Listen,
Yeah, baby.
I didn't have my
But
first kids. I was like almost 28. So 22, man. That's
he's
crazy
he's a
talk.
baby.
And you're playing
He's a
pro
baby.
NFL. Yeah, I know. And you're playing pro NFL and stuff. It's like, that's,
Sunday night football. Yeah.
woof. Eesh. It's tough on a young person to have all that responsibility. So I think he was just
Yeah.
burnt out and then he got hurt because he wasn't resting. Boom.
Yeah.
And
I'm
training. He
interested.
wasn't training.
I'm
He wasn't
interested in this
resting.
game. Yeah. I'm with you. I'm interested to see how Jake Browning does. I'm interested to see how Jamar Chase does with Jake Browning at quarterback. I'm interested to see how Carson Wentz does. They're also missing their running back, Aaron Jones, who's also hurt. However, Jordan Mason is arguably one of the best backup committee running backs in the NFL. I assume Liam Cohen's going to be able to make that offense work with the Vikings, and then Brian Flores on the defensive side. I'm going to be leaning Vikings just because I think the defensive side of the ball is a different tier compared to the Bengals, who have a bad defense. Yeah, it's going to be fun in
I mean,
Minnesota.
so what was the game you were going to pick? Lions, Ravens? Or no, you already picked that game.
We've talked about the game. We can't pick primetime games.
That's right. So what game were you going to
I'll
pick?
leave it up to you. I'll love to be able to pick my third game, unless you get it.
Well, I mean, listen, I'm probably going to pick stuff you're not going to pick, so don't worry, you'll be safe.
I mean,
Because
guard
this
San
is the week
Fran,
of, I mean, yeah, that's a good one. But I'm looking like I follow the train wrecks. Unfortunately, I do like to watch those, and I kind of have to watch the Bills and Dolphins games. I'm kind of obligated by
we can't
blood.
pick primetime games.
Damn, sorry.
We've already talked Bills Dolphins, my man. Now you're scrambling. He's trying to find the game.
No, I had backups. I just can't pick the Cowboys anymore, and I know what you're going to pick now, but I'm not going to. I don't care about them.
Interesting.
I'm going to watch the Raiders Commanders game. So I'm going to pick the Raiders Commanders game, but I also need you to tell me how screwed the Raiders are, and is Tom Brady showing up? No, the Commanders are a better team right now.
They are. Absolutely, they are. However, is Jaden Daniels going to be playing? Because if it's Marcus Mariota, we have seen games where Marcus Mariota is not able to carry.
He's old, ain't he?
His team. He's the same
old, ain't
age as Jameis Winston. Yeah. Kind of a similar to Goff and Wentz going 1 and 2. It was Winston number 1 and Mariota number 2.
Yeah, he's on the tail. He's on the tail end.
He's on the tail end. He's very serviceable backup though. So this is an interesting game. Geno needs to bounce back. Ashton Genty should have some opportunities against this Washington defense. Come on, Genty, show up. Brock Bowers was hurt. He did not look like the same Brock Bowers. When he was jumping for the ball, he didn't look like he had that same athleticism. On the defensive side, this is your chance, Raiders. Like Max Crosby, get after whoever it is, Marcus Mariota. But on the flip side, Washington is a better team. They are a tier above. They went to the NFC Championship game last year. They should beat the Raiders by like 10 points. All things considered. If it's Marcus Mariota, I think that 3.5 points is fair. Get Terry McLaurin involved. Get Bill involved early. They are missing Austin Eckler, who is out for the year, torn Achilles. That could be the end of Austin Eckler's entire career. Honestly, rip to you, legends. But they have a good rookie running back who a lot of people are excited about. I called him Bill. Get Terry McLaurin involved, though. Paid him all this money in the offseason. He hasn't really done much. Let him put the team on his back, which he did for many, many years when that entire organization was abysmal before Jaden Daniels came in. So this is a fun game. I don't knock you for picking it.
I want Pete Carroll to bring some of that magic to Vegas. It's what Vegas needs for football. But yeah, I don't know.
Speaking of old, Pete Carroll's old, man. Oldest coach in the NFL. He's very old.
I know.
What's going on? Chewing gum. He's always chewing gum. Goes through like 8 packs per game. That's what it seems like. All right.
My God. I don't know, man. He's been around. I think he can do
He's
something. I
yeah.
don't know, man. Tom Brady, just like Tom Brady should like insert himself, and then he's like, "You're the manager, Tom
No, so
Brady."
there's a bunch of conversations this
Can you
past
explain to
week
me
where
the politics, the drama? I know there's a lot of Tom Brady drama, but I haven't really
yeah.
read up on it.
Yeah, so he is a minority owner in the Raiders. So he's an owner of the team. He helps make the decisions for the team, the business decisions, the GM, the coach, the players. There's news that he's sitting in on like offensive meetings, like helping to pick and like game plan and everything. But on the flip side, he's got paid by to be a commentator. He got paid $100 million to be a commentator. These commentators, part of their work is they go into meetings with teams where they run down like, hey, this is our offense. This is kind of what we're looking at. Nothing really deep in those meetings, but it's all so that they have stuff to talk about during the game, live on air, right? So this guy is getting these breakdowns from all of these coaches and coordinators. And then in 2 weeks, his team, the Raiders, are playing him.
But they didn't do well.
That's true.
So
And I
is
think
it really
that's,
cheating? Is he learning
yeah.
anything
So,
that not every analyst and coach and offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator and sometimes player
right.
would
That's
know
the
as well?
conversation.
I don't
So
think so.
we
I
just
think
have
he's
to
cashing
think,
in, dog.
yeah,
They don't
what
tell
if,
those commentators anything like game changing because those commentators will
not game
freaking
changing?
blast.
Nah, it's fine. I think it's fine. It would be an interesting conversation, though, if like the Raiders were undefeated and they were blowing out teams by like 30 points,
Then it's a
you know?
fair like complaint. Oh, wah, maybe they are. Maybe he is
Oh,
learning, but he's
man.
not. But he's not. He's not.
Yeah, he's not so far. We'll see. We'll keep our eye on it. Keep our eye on it.
The only coach to
Um,
complain about it right now is the Chicago Bears coach. So let's just
Ben
put that in
Johnson.
perspective. Let's put that in perspective, folks.
All right. So you thought you knew the game I was going to pick. Which game do you think it was?
I thought it was going to be the Broncos Chargers game.
It's the Broncos Chargers.
Yeah,
I'm
I
taking it.
figured. You've been fanboying over the Chargers this year. I
I
can tell.
have been. They look good.
They don't look bad,
It's
and you
killing
called
me.
it early.
I took Amari and Hampton in so many fantasy leagues. Going into last week, there was one matchup where I just needed 5 points, which is not a lot. That's 50 yards or, like 5 catches in PPR. Oh my God. He ended up with 3 points, man. It's just like Raiders fans with Ashton Genty. Omarion Hampton is a first round pick. He was a stud in college. Show up, man. Have a good game. We need you. The Broncos are traveling to LA in the SoFi Stadium. The Chargers are paying rent to the Rams to play there. The Chargers are 2.5 point favorites. The Broncos need a win after getting beat by Indiana Jones himself last week. Bo Nix has not looked like the Bo Nix that we saw in his rookie year. How are they going to stop the Chargers? It'll be an interesting game. It's a divisional game. These two teams hate each other. I expect some scuffles on the sideline. Cortland Sutton for the Broncos. I expect him to have a game. J.K. Dobbins is looking good. He's not hurt yet. Sorry to all you RJ Harvey owners out there. On the flip side, the Chargers running game needs to get going. They can't rely on the passing game the entire season. Yes, it looks good. Yes, they have multiple options. Lad McConkey looks good. Quentin Johnston looks good. Justin Herbert looks like a stud top 5 QB. But at a certain point, you gotta be able to run the ball. However, on the other side, the Broncos defense isn't looking as good as it was last season, but the Chargers defense is looking as good as it was last season, which it was the number one defense last year. So if they can keep it up, which I think they will against a kind of stymied Broncos offense, either way, I think it's just going to be a really good game. I assume this will go down to the final seconds. And who do I trust more? I could see Sean Payton and Bo Nix pulling it out, the Bo Leavers out there, but I trust Justin Herbert.
I kind of disagree with you a little bit on this one. I think the Broncos will do better than you're expecting. However, is anybody complaining about Peyton Manning owning or being part of the Broncos and then having his little podcasts where he brings people on?
No, he's not an owner of the Broncos.
What is he?
Nothing. I mean, he was their QB,
But
won them
didn't
a
you
Super
say there
Bowl.
was didn't he get involved this year or something like that? You told me this like 4 episodes
So,
ago.
so the Manning cast, we talked about the Manning cast a little bit. So the Manning cast is a stream that goes parallel to Monday Night Football, where it's Peyton Manning and Eli Manning watching the Monday night game, kind of like a stream. And then they
Yeah,
bring on guests each quarter, like, we brought on Dwayne The Rock Johnson or Bill Belichick or yada yada. So, no, not similar to the Tom Brady situation. Sorry.
interesting.
I don't care for the Manning cast. I'll stick my flag in the ground right now. It's fun to see those small moments where Peyton Manning is just watching some, bad QB play. And before the play happens, he's like, don't throw it there. Don't do that. No. And then the QB throws an interception and you just see Peyton Manning like, it's killing him. It's crushing. And that's fun. But no, I would just rather watch the main broadcast. I think it's just a better viewing experience.
It's about music, no matter what. I don't need
It's fine.
I don't
You
need
do.
a broadcast. I just
I
have
want
like
to throw some
Japanese music
games
playing all
enjoy
the time.
football. You know?
I do it the best way. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't know how you can listen to those people talk for so long. They're so boring. They're boring as heck. I'm like
They have nuggets every now and then.
every now and then, but I'm
Yeah.
like, I'd rather listen to Kendrick right now on max volume.
There you go. Throw.
Exactly, it's magical. It's not a bolt of lightning. I thought they were our Gridiron Thunder mascot, the Chargers.
No. Nope.
No, yes, that's also a type of horse. Yes,
Yes, it is.
Red
So
Dead,
yeah, it's a horse matchup. Just look up Chargers horse logo and you'll see it.
just like the Colts, Broncos. It's all the
Yep, just like Colts
horsies.
Broncos.
It's like
Horse on horse violence.
a famous racing game I'm obsessed with right now.
All right,
We'll
what's your
talk
third
about.
game?
Dude, third game can't be prime time. Those are the ones I really care about this week, to be honest with you.
There are some really good primetime games this week. I enjoy all of them.
What's another train wreck?
There's a few. I mean, you could watch some blowouts, I think.
I think I'm kind of interested in the Chiefs Giants game.
We talked about it, dude. It's Sunday Night Football. It's primetime.
Son of a B. I'm sorry.
Get it together. Get it together.
Pressure.
Pressure.
So we have one other game, but it's your pick, so I don't want to steal it from you. You gotta pick something else.
I'm good. I got my 3 games. Rams, Eagles, GOAT. Bengals,
Yeah, that's
Vikings, Broncos, Chargers. You've picked Cards, San Fran, Commanders, Raiders. So running through the options, you got Green Bay versus Cleveland. I think it's going to be a blowout. You got the Colts versus Tennessee. That'll be interesting.
No.
Steelers, Patriots, Jets, Tampa Bay, Atlanta versus Carolina. That's an NFC South divisional matchup. AFC South, Houston versus Jacksonville. The Saints heading to Seattle. The Cowboys going to Chicago. Those are
Fine.
options.
I'll watch the Cowboys game. I was trying so hard not to pick it, but my eyes kept going there, and I was like, son of a, this is the game I want to watch. I do want to watch it.
You do. It's okay. It's okay you want to watch it. It's
I want the
interesting.
Bears to make a comeback against the Cowboys, and this is the team the Bears can do it. You know why? Because they don't have Micah Parsons. So Caleb Williams will have all the time he needs to make a play
I
accurately.
don't think so. I really don't think
once.
so.
I think so.
The Bears' offensive line does not look good, and their running game has just been Caleb Williams. Get it together, DeAndre Swift. Ben Johnson, we need to dial up the run. How do you get it going? Yes, there's options against this Cowboys defense, but again, I need to see it from Caleb. I see the flashes, but until I can see it consistently, I'm not going to believe in him. And on the flip side, I think Dak Prescott's going to tear this Bears defense apart. There's no reason to make us believe he won't, because he's played well in both games against better defenses. And he has CeeDee Lamb, who's gone over 100 yards in both games. George Pickens looks good. Javonte Williams running the ball has looked really good, which nobody was picking before the season. I don't know. I like the Cowboys in this one. Dallas is traveling to Chicago, 125 game in Soldier Field. Dallas are 1.5 point favorites, so a true coin.
Normally, I would agree with you,
Mm-hmm.
but
Your
I'm rooting
bias
for the
is-
Bears. Yeah, it is. I'm not going to deny it.
You're trying to call me out for my Rams takes. I
You
don't
just
know,
weren't
man.
admitting it. I admit it. I'm aware. I'm self-aware. All right.
I know my analysis.
I've taken the red pill.
Calls them like a season. If Stafford was hurt, if it was Jimmy G going up against the Eagles, yeah, I wouldn't be smoking that copium, man. But Stafford,
Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, no, it's gonna be an uphill climb for the Bears. Good luck. This is
Yeah.
this is your last chance because then otherwise you're in 2.5% land. So,
Yeah. Cornered animal. That's true. Get Luther Burden
and you
involved.
don't
Get
want to go
Colson
against a
Mullins
cornered
involved.
bear.
The
Cornered
cornered
bears are
bear.
dangerous. Cornered bears are dangerous. It's a scary situation you'll
Prove it.
find yourself in.
Prove it, Bears. Prove it, Bears. Yeah, how do they win this game? Caleb Williams is consistent. They get the running game going. Like I said, they get more of their weapons involved. Roma Dunze has looked good. He's looked really good. It seems like he's taking that next step in year 2 as a receiver. And then have your defense just kind of show up. They showed up in week 1 for a little bit before collapsing, and then they got dismantled. So show up, Bears defense. This is the game to do it. All right. Those are the week 3
Yes.
games that we want to watch. The ones that we did not talk about. Green Bay going to Cleveland. I think it's going to be a blowout.
Easy.
Green Bay is 7.5-point favorites. That's huge. Indianapolis going to Tennessee. Indy is 4.5-point favorites. Indiana Jones, can you keep it up? Cam Ward, can you continue to show flashes? Jonathan Taylor, are you going to keep running all over the defenses? Steelers going to New England. That's kind of a fun game. That was on my short list. If you did pick the Broncos Chargers, how's Aaron Rodgers going to do? How's Drake May going to continue to look, especially against the Steelers defense, which is really good? The Steelers are 1.5-point favorites. They're calling that a coin flip. It'll be very fun if the Patriots are 2-1 after that. That'll be fun. The Jets with Tyrod Taylor going against Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is 6.5-point favorites. Yeah, the Jets did not look good. Tampa Bay does look good. Baker Mayfield looks good. Bucky Irving looks good. Tyrod Taylor, I mean, backup QBs are playing this week. It's not great.
Yep.
Just jump in if
It
there's
goes on
anything
and
you
on.
want to say about these games.
Nope. I think these are pretty clear.
Falcons versus the Panthers. Panthers look bad. I really like Michael Penix. I like that Falcons offense. They are who we thought they were. Is it Kyle Pitts
Dangerous
season?
offense.
Bijan Robinson, Drake London. Drake London did seem to kind of be a little bit hampered compared to who he should typically be. So yeah, let's see how he does against this Panthers defense. The Panthers run defense is historically bad, so I expect a big game from Bijan Robinson. On the flip side, the Panthers, Bryce Young, come on, show us something, man. Ted McMillan looks good, but Bryce, don't be a bust. Just don't. I don't want you to be. Texans at Jaguars. This is kind of a spicy game for the AFC South. Tickets as low as $32. Oh my god. It's like 2 movie tickets. Jaguars are favored by 1.5. Come on, CJ Stroud, Nico Collins, get that offense going. On the flip side, Jacksonville, you lost to Jake Browning last week. Continue to have Travis Etienne be involved. Get BTJ, Brian Thomas Jr. more. Travis Hunter's fun, but we just haven't really seen that much of an impact like we were promised. We talked Denver, LA. Spencer Rattler's going up to Seattle. Seattle's 7.5-point favorites. New Orleans doesn't look good, man. And going into Seattle, that's a good home field advantage. Sam Darnold looks serviceable. But I mentioned it earlier, pass the ball to more people. JSN can't carry you, Jackson Smith and Jigba. For the entire year, Spencer Rattler, I don't know how much time you have left. They got Tyler Shuck behind you. Why not look at the rookie at some points? Saints defense is okay. I mean, it'd be funny if the Hawks lost. Sorry, Hawks fans. But I absolutely expect the Hawks to win. And then we talked about the refs. Sweet.
Yeah, we hit them all.
Hit them all.
So which games do you think are the hardest to say before we get into parlay
I think
territory?
this is the hardest week. I think this is the hardest week for picks just because of all the QB injuries that are happening. And then, I mean, there are some clear blowouts. Let's do survivor pick and then we'll hop into the parlay. So I picked first last week.
Yes. I get to
You
go.
get to pick first this week. We can't pick the same team.
Yeah,
it has to be from the main Sunday slate. That's still our rule, right? We can't pick primetime games. So you cannot pick the Bills or the Broncos.
Nope. I got it out of the way early. I'm glad I did. You know what we're doing, Thor?
What are we doing?
Cardinals.
Wow.
Yeah, baby.
Am I going to be getting a jersey?
You wish.
Am I going to be getting a jersey? The Cardinals, I don't know. That's a 2-1. They're underdogs. You're picking an underdog.
False.
If you say so. I am going to pick. I haven't picked Green Bay yet. Green Bay's going to the Browns? Yeah, I'll take that. Let me just look it over real quick. I was thinking about taking the Hawks over New Orleans, Tampa Bay. Ooh, Tampa Bay over the Jets. But you know what? I've picked against the Browns 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, you have.
Run
It's
it.
gonna count.
Just run it. I'm
Do
picking the
it.
Packers over the Browns.
Do it.
I just pick against
I'm
the
letting
Browns
you.
every week.
This is
Smart.
my
Smart.
no.
Smart.
This is my ultimate strategy against you. I'm doing these wild plays, and you're like, "Whoa, that's a crazy pick," and you get the easy shot for the Browns. That's exactly what's
Every
going to
week
be
I
your
just pick
downfall.
against the Browns.
That's what's going to get me a Raiders jersey. Or that, yeah, because you're going to just keep picking Browns, and it's going to backfire. So I know what team you're going to go for every time.
Eventually, the Browns are going to have a better shot, right? Right?
Eventually,
The Packers, man. I mean,
when they go against
all
the
Browns,
Dolphins, you're going to be like, "Oh, tough."
all Browns fans will agree with me. Yeah, you should pick against the Browns every week. It's just funny because I don't think about that, but then I see who their opponent is, and I'm like, oh, it's the Browns again. All right. Let's do the Gridiron Thunder,
Shoot,
super
I'm not ready.
fast, super parlay.
Pulling it up.
Week 3, and it's a parlay we haven't won. I mean, we tell you we're not going to win.
But listen, we've only been wrong like by one game each time.
I know it's been close.
You're pretty close.
That's what makes it hard.
Close.
That's what makes it hard.
That's what makes it
this
fun.
week. This week is the toughest week, though.
If we were just abysmally wrong the whole time, it would be less fun.
It's exciting going into like the final few games. Yeah.
I know. I hate it when we lose one like early because then it's like, damn, there goes all the fun.
Yeah.
All right. Starting off at the top of the list. Dolphins, Bills. Yeah. Moving on. Packers, Packers.
Yeah.
All right. Bengals, Vikings. We did talk about this one a bit more.
Bengals. So this one's. I'm going Vikings. Carson Wentz versus Jake Browning.
No, I see the Vikings taking this one.
Yeah. I see the Vikings taking it.
Bengals got some bad luck.
I think it's the defense. I will say it's rare to get the number 1 and number 2 at their position playing against each other. Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase. That's always going to be fun. I'm going to lean with Carson Wentz though.
Steelers, Patriots.
This is a hard one, man. This is a really hard one. I have a soft spot in my heart this year for the Patriots. I'm wondering if that's my bias. I also don't believe in Aaron Rodgers long term. I just don't. He had a chip on his shoulder against the Jets week 1. They got crushed by the Hawks last week. I like Drake May. I like their home field advantage. We'll see if the Steelers fans show up and try to take over. Patriots are an underdog. You know, we'll get that underdog
plus 105
bump. Yeah, it's not very much, but
it's not bad. Plus 105
I'm trusting Drake May. Let's get Travion Henderson more involved. Speaking of that running back class.
So we're going Patriots.
I'm going Patriots.
Rams, Eagles. We disagree about this, but I think we both agree. But I let you run these super parlays because this would
be a good underdog to pick. And
it is a plus 150.
Yeah, the Rams are catching the Eagles at the right time of year as well. And like I said, the entire Rams offseason was about facing the Eagles.
Okay.
I'm going Rams, man. I believe in them. I know you're saying it's biased, but I mean, check out other preview shows, check out other analysts.
No,
I mean,
you're the only analyst I need.
Oh, it's all you need.
And no, I am picking Rams. I'm putting it down, but just so you know, I think it's a bad move. It might be the one that gets us this week, but we'll see.
Absolutely, it could be. We're gonna watch Saquon Barkley on the first play from scrimmage run for like 80-yard touchdown.
Yeah, I'm ready for it, dude. All right. I'm ready for it. Yeah.
I won't be surprised.
Jets, Buccaneers.
Bucs, man. It's the Bucs.
Easy. Oh, 2.5 Jets. 2.5 Jets. Plus 260 Jets. Not good. Not looking good. Raiders, Commanders. I want to go Raiders.
This is a tough one.
But I don't think they're going to do it. I think the Commanders are more tight.
Geno just looked so bad.
He's never been good.
Ashton hasn't looked that good. So who do they have? They have Brock Bowers. Brock Bowers is hurt. So what's their offense going to do?
Genty is good, but it really, you have, for a running back to shine, you need to have the whole package. Running backs are not like quarterbacks where they can get away with putting the whole team on their back and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
They need to have that line there to shine, to be able to build up power so that they can truck through.
And especially if they're one-dimensional. You know, if they know that they are going to have to run the ball because Geno Smith has been terrible passing, even if it is Marcus Mariota, who's a very serviceable backup,
No, he can hang against the
I'm going to go
teams.
Washington. Yeah.
Same. Falcons, Panthers. Panthers are looking
Falcons.
bad. Falcons it is. Texans, Jaguars. Spicy, but Texans?
I'm
Spicy,
going
but Jaguars?
Texans. I'm going Texans. I think Texans get their first win.
Plus 105.
They've played tough teams, man. They played the Rams week 1. They played the Bucs week 2. I think it's a downgrade in opponent. It's an opponent that they know very well. I will be interested to see if like Travis Hunter matches up against Nico Collins. That'll be fun. But I just think the Texans will get a win.
Colts, Titans.
I'm going Colts. Indiana Jones. Keep rolling.
Quite favored. Yeah, quite favored. Yeah, his face.
Colts 3-0 would just be so fun.
They're the new Lions. They're going to get everyone's hopes up and then disappear.
And then, yeah.
Broncos, Chargers. Spicy.
I'm going Chargers. I'm sticking with the Chargers until they show me that they're not Super Bowl contenders. Justin Herbert, man, he looks good.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree. We talked about them pretty deeply, so we'll move to Saints Seahawks, which is a silly game, but we have to bet on it. Minus 400 for the Seahawks.
Yeah, they're 7.5 point favorites. I'm going Seahawks.
Seahawks. Don't be the one. Don't be the one that ruins it.
Yeah, if the Hawks lose this game, people will be freaking out. Yeah.
Cardinals, 49ers. Yeah, everybody's losing money.
This is a tough one. I'm going Cards.
It's got to be the
I'm going
Cards.
I'll go with you. I'll ride that Cards train.
It's an analytical error, and we'll all see it very soon.
Maybe.
I can't wait for that. I honestly can't wait for that game. It's going to be really great. 2-2-0 teams, West Coast division. It's going to be fire.
Yeah.
Cowboys, Bears. God, I wish it could be the Bears. God, I wish I cared for it to be the Cowboys. But do I bet on the Cowboys?
You're gonna hate watch this game. It's gonna be a hate watch game for you.
It's a hate watch game on both sides. I'm gonna be hate watching both teams.
You're gonna be loving the Cards Niners game on one screen, and you're gonna be hate watching the Cowboys Bears on the other screen.
If you had told me a couple years ago that I would be more excited for an Arizona California game than a Cowboys Chicago game,
I love it.
Anyway, who are we picking? Cowboys?
I'm picking the Cowboys. Yeah, I just
God.
I think
it's gonna backfire. It's gonna backfire. No, Caleb.
That'd be fun. I would honestly love it if Caleb Williams is able to beat the Cowboys. I'm always a fan of the Cowboys losing, but it's just I just don't see it. Not yet.
All right.
Show us more,
now
Caleb.
for the curse game. 2 cornered animals. Chiefs, Giants.
Taylor Swift curse.
Are the Giants pulling it off? They are favored to come back to break the curse.
No, I'm going with the Chiefs, man. The Chiefs should win. They're a better team. They are. Russell Wilson's not going to throw for 450 yards again. He's not. Yeah.
And then final is Lions Ravens, the exciting one. Everyone's excited for this
Ravens. Game. Yeah, this is game of the week in my opinion. Either Rams, Eagles, or Lions, Ravens. I mean,
all right.
4 juggernauts. I'm going Ravens. I'm going to go with Lamar Jackson, man. Yeah.
All right. That puts us, which is interesting, with the same amount of money. We're not raising any money. It's always $2. Always.
$2. The $2 super parlay.
Last week, it was like 2,000-ish, 2,000 something.
Yeah, it was like 2,000.
This week, it's $3,456 and 66 cents.
Repeating.
Tells me that we have a less of a chance of doing good this week than we did even last week. But
we're picking more underdogs. It's true.
But I think we have a more beat. I think we have a better beat on it. We've seen these teams.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah. This is the week we do it.
This is the week we do it. Every week we have to say this. Otherwise, we'll never do it.
We're not going to win a parlay. This is an insane parlay. To pick every single game, right?
I've won that before. I have literally done it. And I don't know jack,
I'll
right?
love to.
So we can do it with your proper knowledge, with your proper analytics, and I just have a knack for this, I'm telling you, man. We will hit it. I'm telling you.
Trust me. Maybe. Like a 2.5% chance, maybe.
Trust me. Oh, it'll be fine.
All right. That wraps it up. We talked about the news.
Please gamble responsibly.
Last gambling addiction. Please contact us.
Yeah. What's the number?
Yeah. We talked about the games that mattered from week 2. We talked about the games that mattered for week 3. We did our survivor picks, the games we want to watch. We did our Super Fest, and we talked about cornered animals. Love that term. We talked about teams that are building a foundation, like the Packers, the Chargers. I think that's it. Anything else you want to say?
We're gonna hit it
No.
this week.
All right.
We're gonna hit it this week.
We're gonna hit it this week.
We're gonna do it.
3K. Let's turn $2 into 3K. Let's do it.
We're gonna do it.
All
It's
right.
like the modern day alchemy. Modern day alchemy.
All right, week 3. It's looming. Week 2's in the books. For Gridiron Thunder, he's been Kevin. I've been Thor. We'll see you next week.
Later, y'all. Good luck out there.